In this presentation, you will learn about division of labor as explained by Emile Durkheim. The first edition of Emile Durkheim's The Division of Labor in Society, a study of the organization of higher societies, was published in 1893. It was his doctorate dissertation. Durkheim first used the phrase division of labor in a sociological sense in his discussion of social evolution. In Durkheim's words, social harmony comes essentially from the division of labor. It is characterized by a cooperation which is automatically produced through the pursuit in each individual of his own interests. It suffices that each individual consecrate himself to a special function in order, by the force of events, to make himself in solidarity with others. Durkheim stated that specialization arose from changes in social structure caused by an assumed natural increase in the size and density of population and a corresponding increase in competition for survival. Division of labor functioned to keep societies from breaking apart under these conditions. Through division of labor, Durkheim tries to look into the reaction between individual and society. During Durkheim's times, the French Revolution had taken place, which was a voice against the control of traditional authority and religious beliefs. There was a crisis in the society. Comte developed sociology to understand this chaos, to bring back order and cohesion in society. Durkheim too tries to understand this complexity and gives his theory. The core idea of the division of labor is that modern society is not held together by the similarities between people who work in the same way. However, it is the division of labor that brings people together by making them dependent on each other. Durkheim argued that the economic services that it can render are insignificant compared with the moral effect that it produces, and its true function is to create between two or more people a feeling of solidarity. Durkheim wanted to know how social solidarity operated in the real life of members of society. Hence, he developed the concepts of mechanical and organic solidarity. Mechanical solidarity. It is the social integration of members of a society who have common values and beliefs. These common values and beliefs constitute a collective conscience that works internally in individual members to cause them to cooperate. Because in Durkheim's view, the forces causing members of society to cooperate were much like the internal energies causing the molecules to cohere in a solid. He drew upon the terminology of physical science in coining the term mechanical solidarity. Organic solidarity. It is social integration that arises out of the need of individuals for one another's services. In a society characterized by organic solidarity, there is relatively greater division of labor, with individuals functioning much like the interdependent but differentiated organs of a living body. Society relies less on imposing uniform rules on everyone and more on regulating the relations between different groups and persons, often through the greater use of contracts and laws. People in modern society perform a relatively narrow range of tasks. They need many other people in order to survive. The primitive family, headed by father, hunter, and mother, food gatherer, is practically self sufficient, but the modern family needs the grocer, baker, butcher, auto mechanic, teacher, police officer, and so forth. These people in turn need the kinds of services that others provide in order to live in the modern world. Modern society, in Durkheim's view, is thus held together by the specialization of people and their need for the services of many others. This specialization includes not only that of individuals, but also of groups, structures, and institutions. Collective conscience means shared understandings, norms, and beliefs. According to Durkheim, primitive societies had a stronger collective conscience. The increasing division of labor has caused a disturbance of the collective conscience. The collective conscience is of much less significance in a society with organic solidarity than it is in mechanical solidarity. People in modern society are more likely to be held together by the division of labor which resulted in functions performed by others than by a shared and powerful collective conscience. Organic societies also have a collective conscience, though in a weaker form, which allows for greater individual differences. In a society characterized by mechanical solidarity, the collective conscience covers virtually the entire society and all its members. It is believed in with great intensity, it is extremely rigid, and its content is highly religious in character. In a society with organic solidarity, the collective conscience is limited to a particular group, it is adhered to with much less intensity, it is not very rigid, and its content is the elevation of the importance of the individual to a moral precept. Restitutive and repressive law. Durkheim stated that there are two kinds of law which operate in both the mechanical and organic solidarity, that is, restitutive and repressive. Mechanical solidarity is characterized by repressive law as people are bonded more closely. There is more of collective consciousness. The restitutive law is very severe in nature. The violator is punished severely. In contrast, in the organic solidarity, the individuals are dealt with restitutive law. Here there is scope for correction. The crime is seen and treated as an act by an individual. Most people do not react emotionally to a breach of the law as there is a weak common morality. Thank you for watching the presentation.